Hello, my name is Matt Harbert, and this year I lost 30 pounds eating like an idiot. Title card! So basically, this is my first vlog. Most of what you'll find on this channel are sketches and other projects I've done. So if you want to look at that stuff, you can subscribe here, or watch a video here, right? And then later I'll put in the thing, and then where I pointed will be a button that you can click. So click those if you want to see the other stuff I've done. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video about something I thought was interesting, and that's something I've been going through this year that I thought I'd share. Oh, another thing that I want to talk about, I'm going to start releasing these every other Monday. So if it's Monday and last week I didn't put out a video, then you can expect it the next Monday. Also, I think I should mention, like, I'm not a doctor or anything. Like, the whole premise of this video is how to lose weight while being an idiot. Like, if you want to be an idiot like me and just be a dum-dum and lose weight, then I don't know, hear what I have to say. But obviously, I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. Don't hurt yourselves. I want anyone to, consult your doctor, consult a nutritionist, all that stuff. Please do that. Don't get yourself sick because of me. I'm just telling you what I did, okay? I'm an idiot. So I started the year at 202 pounds. I was technically, according to my BMI calculator, slightly overweight. And now I'm at 171.5, which I hit at about the beginning of September. So I just wanted to make a video just talking about how I did that, just in case it helped anyone else who was looking to lose weight. And I also eat like an idiot. I still eat Burger King, I still eat McDonald's, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, any of that stuff. I eat all of it. I eat it on a semi-consistent basis, maybe not, I try not to, but they just get you with their sweet tasting foods. So basically, I know a lot of other people probably can't eat kale for every meal, or like a salad. Those are good things, but I was just looking for something I could do consistently. I've done a lot of different diets. I've done like no bread before. I've tried to make bread out of like 9 eggs and flaxseed oil or something. I did that for quite a while, and those work in the short term, but what I realized is I need to find something that I could do forever, like from now until the end of time. So I'm basically going to go into how I do it. If you want to skip this entire video, it's calorie counting. That's all it is. It's just calorie counting. Bye. No, stick around. Or don't. You know what? I'm not the boss of you. Do what you want. But yes, it's calorie counting. So basically, I used Lose It for a while, which is an iPhone app, and MyFitnessPal also does this. I've used both of them. And basically it just calculates, how many calories you burn in a day, and then depending on how quickly you want to lose weight, it tells you how many calories you can eat. And that's all I do. And I always think that I'm eating enough. Like, I always think like, oh yeah, I looked at the calories on the menu. I know how many calories I ate. But the only time I've ever been able to successfully lose weight is when I type in everything I eat. Like, everything. Like, when I'm the most successful, like, if I eat an almond, I think an almond is 7 calories. So I type in 7 calories for each almond I eat. Now, I'll still eat, on a good day, I'll eat, or not on a good day, but like on a day where I want to eat a lot, I will still eat like a whole Chipotle burrito if I have room for a whole Chipotle burrito, but that gets counted. And so does a teaspoon of sugar that day. It all goes into the app. So I think that's the most important thing that I think most people think they do. Like, they're like, oh yeah, I count. If you don't actually count like every single thing, I bet you're missing some things, because I know that that's true with me. I know when I just try to be careful in general, I don't see any result from that. But this year, almost every day, and it's November, almost every day I have typed every single thing I eat. And the days when I forget, or the weeks, not weeks, I've never gone a week, but the days when I forget, I start sliding back. So that's the most annoying thing, is it's a lot of math. It's a lot of like, what did I eat today? Oh man, I had some eggs and an English muffin. I have a Fitbit HR, and yeah, so if I take a long walk or something, it will give me like bonus calories or whatever. So it'll be like, oh, you exercise enough, you can eat more. So those are usually days when I'll have like a whole Chipotle burrito with everything in it, because they're like 1,100 calories. And stuff like that. Whenever I want to indulge, I usually do it on days when I'm just out and about. You know, it's usually a day when I'm not just home working all day. When I have a lot of errands to run, when I gotta walk. You know, I live in LA, so like sometimes I have to park like a mile away from where I'm supposed to be, and have to walk a long way. So since I've been counting my calories, I've just noticed a few things that I do to a couple things that I think help. If you eat like me, which you shouldn't, but if you do, this will help. So for breakfast, I usually have an English muffin instead of bread. A typical piece of toast is like 110 calories. An English muffin is 130 calories. The thought there is I get 2 pieces. So mentally, I'm eating 2 pieces of bread for breakfast. So it makes me feel like I've eaten a lot. Where if I had 2 pieces of bread, it would be 220. Now at the end of the day, that's only 80 calories, but when you count calories every day, shaving 80 calories off of one portion of your breakfast can really help you later in the day when you want that chocolate, because you gotta have that chocolate. So that's one thing I do. I eat at Pizza Hut sometimes. They have a skinny slice there. It's one of their sizes, and if you only have like one topping, a slice is 250 calories. So I can have 1 slice or 2 slices for dinner for a person of my size. 2 slices is still an okay dinner. It's not perfect dinner, but this is how to eat like an idiot and lose weight. That's the whole premise. I'm gonna say it over and over again. Oh, English muffins. Another thing about English muffins is if you trade it out for a bun or 2 pieces of bread as a sandwich, that's great, because that's 130 calories. I love the taste of English muffins. That might be part of why I do it this way, but it's much better than 2 pieces of bread. And some like hamburger buns and hot dog buns are like ridiculous. They add like 280 or 300 and something. Like, that's way too much. So be careful with your buns. I found that like the simple, like low-grade cheapo buns are the best, you know? Buy cheap buns. So when you go to fast food, one thing, if you have to eat fast food, the value menu usually has lower calorie items, and they're not a meal, so you're not ordering it with fries. Basically, part of this, don't ever eat fries again. If you have to eat fries, I guess try and fit it in, but just don't eat fries anymore. That's a good, even eating like an idiot, that's too far. It's too hard. But the value menu usually has smaller items that are lower in calories, and you're saving money because it's on the value menu. Myself, I have found it hard to find lower calorie anythings at Carl's Jr. or Carl's Jr. Hardee's or Jack in the Box. Those both, even their smaller items, tend to be in higher calories. But McDonald's, Burger King, any of those chains, I mean, Subway's supposed to be a healthy thing, but you know, Subway, it's easy to get something like that. Wendy's, it's easy to get an item under, you know, in the 300, 400 calorie range. So those are, you know, the value menu. Just look at the calories, do the math. Now, not everything that works for me is going to work for everyone. That's the whole point of the video, is like, maybe this worked for me, maybe it'll work for you. I'm 6'2", I'm a male, that factors into it. So at the beginning of my diet, when I was 202 pounds, I had 1,900 or so calories per day, and now I'm down to 1,700 calories per day. If you're much smaller than me, you may have to, you know, have a lower calorie intake to meet your goals. So, you know, I can tell you what my typical meals are, but you know, if you're smaller than me, you may have to scale that back. If you're a basketball player, do whatever you want, because you play basketball. That's tons of cardio. So yeah, so typically for me, I won't tell you exactly what I eat, because even that is embarrassing sometimes, because I eat like an idiot. But I'll tell you basically my calories. So at the end of the day, I try to eat about 700 calories. So my breakfast, I tend to keep around 350, then lunch 450, then dinner 550. So that puts me at like 1350 for the day, and then that gives me 300 calories for if I want to eat some chocolate or something small at the end of the day, or have a drink, or something like that. So it kind of affords me a little wiggle room, or if I want to forego like snacking or anything, I can just have like a bigger dinner if I want to just have like a big dinner that day. I've found that I almost always want to have a snack near the end of the day. The first week is something that I think is important to talk about. It's the hardest, or at least it's always the hardest for me, especially if I'm making a diet change, especially if it's eating less, because I like to eat. Yeah, I found that it's the most difficult in the first week. I'm the most hungry in the first week. I'm the most moody because I don't like eating less at the beginning. But so that's the hardest. I've been doing this generally for about 7 or 8 months now, and it doesn't really come up in my mind that I'm even doing it anymore, because it's second nature. I always find, since I'm eating less, right before I'm about to eat, I'm pretty hungry. That's never changed. I'm just not hungry up until that point. Like right now, I'm filming a video instead of eating dinner. I'm hungry right now. I should be eating instead of talking to you right now. One thing that I think is important about the types of food you eat, I know we're kind of talking about the dumb kind of foods that I eat, but I don't eat like cake, because that's not a meal, right? Like a cheeseburger, or like a quarter pounder, or like a slice of pizza. Like those aren't healthy foods, but they're not like not food. Like I don't think that what I do would work if I ate nothing but cake. I mean, that sounds tempting, but I don't think it would work. So what I tend to err on the side of is protein. Mainly because I found personally, when I eat more protein, I'm not hungry. You know, if I eat a proteinless, like a pasta with just tomato sauce with no meat in it, or some other form of protein, I'm probably gonna be hungry sooner. So, you know, for breakfast, that means I usually have eggs. For lunch, there's some sort of meat in there. For dinner, it's usually meat and vegetables if I'm trying to stay really light. If I can have more calories, it's like a meat and some rice. But eat food you like. Try and find more healthy foods that taste good to you, which is good, and try and figure out what bad foods you can do without and stop eating those. But part of the reason I thought that this was an interesting take on it is because it's something I can do. Like, this is doable for me. I'm not like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to become Kale Man for the rest of my life. It's something that I think is easily sustainable. I can eat at restaurants, I can eat fast food, I can eat a home-cooked meal, and I don't feel really that I'm cheating myself. Some days I do, but not compared to eating a no-bread diet, any sort of super restrictive diet where like you can't eat this and you just drink shakes and lemon hot pepper juice. Like, I've not found any of my friends stick to those, and I'm trying to think of ones that I can stick to as well. Also, one of the things about what I've done this year is I don't really exercise more than I ever did. I have a lot of things. I've got my job, I'm taking care of my daughter, and I'm going to comedy shows to perform all the time. So it's very hard for me to, time management wise, to lose weight. So that's one of the reasons I started focusing on what I ate, primarily because I feel like it's the only thing I have control over. I'm sure if I really wanted to carve 45 minutes of burpees into every day, I could. I just haven't. And I'm just trying to pick something that works. And that's why I'm talking about it like this, is I'm like, you know, people say like, I can't do this, I can't do that. This is something you can do. You can type in everything you eat and you can stick to those rules. That doesn't require any extra time. I mean, maybe an extra 5 minutes, but it's something you can do. It's something you can do starting tomorrow. You can do it. And that's what I think is important. And that's why I thought it was an interesting thing to talk to you about. So I talked about fast food. There are a lot of choices with fast food to get something under a certain amount of calories, if that's your goal. I found that in restaurants, it's a lot harder. Or at least like chain restaurants. The good thing about chain restaurants is they usually have the calories. At you know, nicer restaurants, they usually don't. So, you know, when I go to restaurants, that's usually when I have to like go to like the healthy fare options, you know, stuff like that. Because almost all restaurants, most of their dishes are in the 1100 to 1700 range, which is about what I should eat for an entire day. So usually if I'm eating out, I usually go for the you know, the thing that has like the little heart, or the healthy for you. If they don't have that kind of stuff, you know, go for a salad that doesn't have a heavy like ranch dressing or something like that. But you can almost never go wrong with a meat and a vegetable, with nothing else. You'd really have to go nuts with meat and vegetable to get a dish that has a ton of calories in it. Feel free to share below if you found a meat and vegetable dish that's over 1,000 calories. That would be crazy. It's probably like a half of a cow, and you think mayonnaise is a vegetable. That's the only way I could think that would happen. So that's basically what I do. I write down everything I eat into an app. I stay under a certain amount of calories. I wear the Fitbit that kind of tells me if I've walked enough that day, I can eat more and still stay under my calorie range. There's certain foods I try to eat, there's certain foods I don't. I've kind of found the things that fit under my calorie limit out of all the places I eat. If I eat somewhere frequently, I pretty much know what I'm gonna eat already because I already know what kind of fits my calorie budget. And I try to just still eat what I like, you know, within reason. because that's what's gonna keep me doing this and not just lose all the work I did this year by just eating a whole Chipotle burrito for every meal. I love Chipotle. I'm only mentioning them so much because they're so delicious. I love it. Although I get the bowls now, or I eat half a burrito and half a burrito later, which is also great. If you like this video, you think it will be helpful for a friend, please share it. Please subscribe over here and watch some videos over there, because, you know, I want you to watch the stuff I made with this camera. That's it. I hope you found this video helpful, how to eat like an idiot, like me, and still, you know, meet your weight loss goals. Why not? Why not? Just do it. All right, till next time. Bye-bye.
Hey there, I'm Matt Harbert. Hope you like my vids. Click subscribe. I don't know where it is.